Hello. It's me, Matt. Thank you for listening. Look, things are great here. This is a great time. I appreciate you being here. But if you wanted more, if you thought, man, these guys are cool, I'd love to support these guys in a financial way. You could go to patreon.com/MattFBasler and sign up over there. $5 a month. You're getting 2 Just a Boys Record Club episodes a month. That's where one of us, the boys, picks a record. We listen to it for 2 weeks. We talk about it. And, sometimes there's an extra Monday in a month. And we'll do some on that one, too. We're putting up demos of the band. I do other stuff. It's not just podcast stuff, but there's podcast stuff there. So you can whichever ones you want. It's there for you. Thanks for listening, though. If all you want to do is listen to some free, fun, and funny content, that's great as well. If you want a little more, patreon.com/MattFBasler. Here's the pod.
Fun and funny. Funny and cool. Go fishing with the right cast. Matt F. Basler's podcast is cool. Dark past. Informative, Roger Biff. Ja Rule.
Dear listener, it's Matt F. Basler's podcast that you're listening to is what you're listening to right now, is what it is. And it's a podcast. It's fun and funny. It's funny and cool. That's the promise of the theme song. I hope that we accomplish that for you. Accomplish those promises. Fulfill. I hope we fulfill those promises for you. With me, as typically, I do have my 2 potential co-hosts. It could be either one of them. We might decide today who it's going to be. You never know. Used to be there were 5 of you at the beginning. Correct?
Yeah. It was Randy and Janine.
Chartreuse.
Yeah.
A lot of tears, along the way. But you got to get the best one for the job. Now that guy you heard there, that's Dylan. He's no friend of mine.
No,
he's
I'm
a guy
not.
I know.
But hello.
And over here, hopefully not making me too horny, where I can't do the show. I hope, and that's Courtney.
Hey,
and that would be the thing. I think, that you do have to consider when you're choosing a co-host. You can't be too horny.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true.
Distraction.
Yeah. You think Johnny Carson would have picked Ed McMahon if he had just like a juicy ass?
Right. Big jugs.
Or a visible. Maybe that's why his jacket was so long to cover
his juicy ass.
I don't mean to imply that Ed McMahon didn't have a juicy ass, just that obviously they had to possibly make some considerations. Well, it's boy, guys, look, usually I feel like we're talking about freaking the past. I feel like we're going, hey, remember when? That's bullshit.
Right.
We got to get with the times. But but not in a happy way. Because we got modern angst. We got them.
We got them.
You're here. I'm excited about it. If you want, and this is up to you. You could be known collectively, in a singular way as modern angst, or if you'd like to say your personal name, that's fine.
Yeah, Jared. I'm Jared.
Okay.
What's up?
Cool.
In modern angst.
Okay. What's up?
Oh, not much. Just talking to you guys and gal.
Well,
Gal.
Cool.
Guys and gal. Please, God, tell me you're the front man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Thank God. That's good news. Well, you play a guitar or something too?
Well, yeah, it's not like we bring the bass player on. That's
right. God.
It's
I
happening.
mean, I don't know much about podcasts, but I would say nobody really wants to hear the bass player. So
That's true outside of podcasts as well.
Right.
I mean, old James and Lars didn't want to hear it on
Right.
the Black album.
If we're going to have Rush on here, I don't want Geddy Lee. Give me Alex Lifeson, please.
Oh, but Getty's a front.
Right? Yeah, but he's a bass.
that is an exception.
That's tough. Now, what about the voice of Geddy Lee? How does he talk so high? I wonder if he speaks like an ordinary guy.
I know him and he does.
You're my fact-checking cuz.
Good
Now,
job,
here's the
guys.
thing, Jared. I had high hopes for this episode. As I'm sure you know, because I believe you received a phone call. We had our arch enemy Shane Presley on here. That's a dirty trick to try and make him think we were ending the feud.
God.
Which we didn't. And
And
I
we
think a lot of
wouldn't.
people don't know. A lot of people don't know.
Let me say first off, feuds are
Please.
good for business. You know,
True.
So is it a good business decision to end it? I mean, I sort of got pulled into it, an innocent bystander, but now I feel like I'm in it.
Bystander, perhaps. I don't know about innocent.
Right. Anyone
Yeah,
who goes on
very
Shane
tough.
Presley's podcast, Rock Paper Podcast, is not an innocent bystander in this. They've chosen a side.
But sides can change. Sides can change, you know?
And that's why we're here.
And the reason we had Shane on our show, we lie, we say we're ending the feud, we get the information, and we say to Shane, "Hey man, did you have a good year? Who was your most listened to guest?" He tells us Modern Angst. And can you guarantee that you will also be our most listened of the year?
I mean, I don't think it'll hurt for me just to say yes, but I don't know if that was a good or bad performance on a podcast. The number that we had on, but maybe we're selling it short.
Well, I guess right. You don't
Because
know if that was
when I do podcasts, I don't get the numbers. They don't call me the next day, week,
Yeah.
year, and say, "Hey." So it was as much of a surprise to me as anybody.
okay.
But I also don't get the numbers. So typically, so that maybe we can do more.
I'll tell you this. I think it would be a shockingly low amount of listens for us to be very pleased. For us to just be absolutely
Yeah. Over the moon.
over the freaking moon.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the moon? Holy shit, it's below my feet. That's crazy. You're typically not there.
Wouldn't take a lot, though.
But on our end,
Yeah.
you might say, well, then did we do anything to make this episode special? And I thought about it all dang week. I said, I got to do it's freaking Jared. It's freaking Modern Angst. I got to do something special. And then what I did today was I tried to sit down and fix our audio issues. And I don't know, Jared, have you ever had audio issues?
Yeah. I've been around a few.
Okay. And would you say that typically when you have an audio issue, it's resolved quickly and with the first thing that you try?
No.
Yeah. That's
Never.
yes,
Not once.
Yes. And that's what happened to me today. This what I assumed would be a small project stretched into hours and hours and hours. And I look down at the clock and I go, "Uh-oh. Whoopsie." I go, "There ain't
I
no
love
way."
it when he does that. I love it when he says
it's
that.
It's my stand-up catchphrase. Whoopsie. But of course, I realized I see that you didn't react to that, so I guess you're not
Not a
big
fan
of the show.
yeah.
It's part of the lore of the.
Or not a big
It's
fan
fine.
of comedy.
Yeah. Comedy. I like comedy.
Oh.
Obviously not.
Well, no, I mean, this show's fun and funny. Well,
I've heard episodes. Don't discount yourself completely here.
But
Oh,
do
because-
discount ourselves a little bit.
a little bit,
Just a little bit, but not completely.
20% off or something. So I don't think I've ever successfully, a lot of times I'll Google, Bing. You know,
Man.
they get you with that stuff. They get Kleenex, Frisbee, you know. But I'm not going to let it happen. I use Bing for the Microsoft points. I spend the Microsoft points on an Amazon gift card. It's not a joke. People think it's a joke. It's not a joke. Eat it! Shut up! Now, I did, but today I had maybe 15 minutes to prepare for the show, and I said, well, I'm going to try to do it. So I do have a list of questions that I've come up with. This might be a first in the history of this show. We've done a couple different types of episodes. Those can be fun. Is it true one of you guys collects Funko Pops? Is that a true story?
That sounds like a bass player, and I thought we weren't bringing him into this.
Uh-oh.
Okay, all right.
This guy again.
I agree, and I agree. Okay. So Modern Angst, it's a band. Check this out. How many guys are in that band?
4.
Not bad, right? So far,
Yeah.
so good.
That's
This is
Great
like a
answer.
real interview. What do you got? You got, let me see, probably, well, I know you got a bass. I know you got guitar. That's you. You're guitar, right?
Like guitar.
You're singing.
I did.
Got a
yes.
drummer. Gotta have a drummer.
What do you think it is, man?
Because it could be keys, you know? It could be a curveball.
It could be key. You think it's another guitar, but
You want to say another guitar, but you want to, but. Are you, real quick, are you guys like this? Kind of like this?
Yeah, sure.
And for the listener at home, of course, I'm holding up my hand. I'm folding in the middle and ring finger while extending the pinky and pointer finger, similar to a Spider-Man shooting a web, or maybe perhaps making a shadow puppet bunny. It just means rocking. Okay, so they do rock. I do freaking rock. Sometimes that's still keys, but that's more. I'm thinking more.
but keys can rock. I've seen them rock.
Jared, in your opinion, can rock?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Garbage?
Yeah,
We have
we
Yeah.
did. Yeah, we saw Garbage.
Where'd
We
you
went
guys see Garbage?
Chicago.
in the alley. No. No, remember we went and we saw Tears for Fears. We saw Garbage. I sent you a picture. I'm pointing. I say that's Butch Vig.
I do remember that. Now that you say it,
It was fun. They were good.
They got keys. They rock.
So you using Garbage is kind of just the first thing that came to mind. Yes, keys can rock.
Okay. All right. What do you guys? You playing out of town?
Who, us?
Yeah.
We have, but not lately. We've been doing a bunch of recording and all that good stuff. So
What are you taking? What's the vehicle?
what's the vehicle? Usually like a small
Guitar.
SUV.
It's a guitar.
it's got
It's
to
a
be a
guitar.
guitar. Wait,
Yeah.
what? Why? Do you think keys take up more room than a guitar and amp?
Shit!
Oh,
Didn't think
wow.
about the amp. I didn't think about the amp.
Weird.
I don't bring amps. I just show up at venues and go, "Oh man, you think I could use your amp?" I'm going to say guitar. I'm going to say it's 2 guitars, bass drums.
Primarily, yeah. Yeah.
Primarily.
But we've been,
Ooh.
the funny thing that you say about keys is we've been messing around with keys in the studio, incorporating it in some different ways. So the answer is yes, but right now when you see us live, it's two guitars. Yeah. I know.
Hell
guitars.
yeah. How do you feel like this is going so far?
Amazing. It's
All right.
Yes.
yeah.
I think so too.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, do you think hi-hats are weird?
They can be weird. Yeah.
What
Like,
about them?
Me or
Yeah.
Jared?
No, Matt. You.
Oh, I just think
Oh.
okay, I assume a drum set evolved over time, right?
Yeah.
And I understand you hit a cymbal, you hit a drum, but you had to make a whole contraption for that one. A whole little foot pedal, and it's closed and it's open.
Well, I bet it didn't start out that way. I bet it just started with two cymbals resting on one another. And then somebody went, well, what if we could?
And you
What
don't
about
think
the kick
that's
drum?
weird?
What about the kick drum? That's still kind of weird too. Where they like, I'm sick of using my hands. Like, so we need more drums. So let's start using our feet. Or did the feet come first?
No way.
No.
Or
the feet
maybe
came first?
do you think they ever actually maybe did just kick it?
Oh.
They're just whacking it with their foot?
I mean,
These are the things.
It's worth a being.
but what I want to know, Matt,
It's
you
worth
don't think the idea of a symbol?
yeah, it's not worth a. I'm sorry, Dylan. 1 sec. It's not worth a Bing until tomorrow because I've already used all my. You get 10 searches a day, get you a point, and then after that, you don't get any more. So I usually don't look stuff up after.
You have like a notes app where you like write down everything you wanted to look up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm way behind. I have like 60
you're looking
things
up,
in there.
Yeah, looking up stuff from last week.
Right.
You don't even know why you wanted to know it. But do you think that symbols? I think the idea, like, who thought up a symbol? That's weird to me. Like,
I don't know.
metal
You're asking
and-
for a name?
No, but I'm saying like that seems weirder than like once you have the symbol, I can get to the hi-hat, but just like I can wrap my head around somebody figuring out a drum, but figuring out a symbol seems weird to me.
7th century BC, so it was a while ago.
Right. Well,
Sure. Yeah.
like just lathing and hammering out metal so it goes.
Well, okay, though. You're making a sword or something, and then you hit it
Okay.
wrong, and you go, that sounds nice.
That sounds cool. It kind of sounds like this.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like this, and it's like Orkthar Zildjian is hammering these things out.
Orkthar.
Jared, how much would it cost for you to stop making music?
Oh shit!
And be real with
Well,
me.
hang on. What does making
Yeah, I'm trying to
music
think of a
mean?
number
man?
here.
Well, it's of course, and in all of our hypotheticals, this is a
Well,
witch's
is it money
spell.
or is it something else?
It could be something else. It could be a juicy ass, maybe from Ed McMahon, if that's what your price is.
Yeah, I need to know details on this.
Let's go dollar amount. You know what? Let's go dollar amount just for the ease of the question, I think.
But like,
And then
can you whistle while you work?
no.
Like nothing.
And you don't have to worry about it's not like if you accidentally make music you'll die.
It's liar
You
liar.
cannot produce. It's liar
Yeah.
situation. Now if you
So
like
not produce as in like not play anymore at all.
you can't
Or
play
just
anymore.
No recording.
Oh no, it's
No,
everything.
your body cannot produce music in any way.
Now, if you like pick up a handful of change, it's not like you can't move it quickly and it jingles.
But
You
the
could-
second you think I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
you can't do it.
you can't do it. Yeah. $500?
Oh no,
Oh wow. Oh, I think he's frozen. Now I thought
I do believe he's. He thought he was
I think
thinking
Jared
real,
was
real
like
hard.
really wasn't sure.
thinking about it.
Yeah, I believe we've. Oh,
You're
he's
back. You're back. You're back.
You're back.
Well,
Oh well, we're all
okay. I mean, okay.
A dollar amount. I have no idea. That's tough because I like my brain is constantly like spitting out like tunes that are not created yet. It can be annoying. So I don't know if my brain could handle it.
It's a witch's spell. Oh, but I guess maybe just that you couldn't find fulfillment.
Right. Yeah. Like it all
Like
gets
if there's
built
like
up.
a nicotine like patch, like just like except for music, I might be able to get through it, but I may have some pretty crazy
Yeah, it's gonna
withdrawals.
feel like holding in a sneeze the rest of your life. It sounds awful.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can listen to music.
Eh,
You just can't produce it.
I'd rather be able to play it.
Oh, sure.
Wait,
But
hang on. Can you
Then
write it
listen to
down
it.
and have someone else play it?
I think you could dictate what you wanted. I don't think you could actually write out like notation. You could produce a play or a movie, I guess, and say, I need a jovial song at this part.
Oh, but you can't say, all right, here's what it's going to be. Key of G.
Right.
You can't do that.
You know what? I need a dollar. Because is it,
Okay.
$100 million?
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot
100?
of money.
That is a lot of money. I'd probably do it for a solid 10.
Okay.
Dollars?
Whoa.
Million.
Cents?
10 million.
$10, and I'll go away forever.
Okay. Now, the follow-up question. Would it bother you if I started a GoFundMe to raise $10 million to stop Jared from making music?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind.
But if he did it and it did bother you, would you accept it if he gave it to you?
That's a good question. I'd forgive you pretty quick if you came up with $10 million.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit, I bet if I got to even 80,000, you'd probably start taking it a little more seriously. Like, okay, this guy.
I'd say, what else do you want me to quit?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like
Maybe I can make a living quitting stuff. Wow, what an idea.
I'd watch that show.
Sounds fun.
That's reality. That's reality TV. And I think reality TV really just needs to go all the way in on being cruel. It certainly flirts with it. I mean, it gets there. But let's really start seeing what people will, what joy they'll give up for money. And maybe we've just created the next.
What do you call it? You got to have a good name for the show.
Something or can we get joy and money together? Money can buy me love or something. How much not to see your daughter would be a good episode.
Not to see your dog.
Yeah.
The enforcement of these is going to be tough.
It is going to be tough.
You don't have a witch.
No.
If you had a witch on staff, it'd be pretty easy. But
we can find a witch. We can find a witch.
I do. Yeah, man. A lot of our ideas tend to need a witch. Okay, this staying in sort of line with money questions. Would you change your name to Hostess Angst if Hostess paid you to do that? And you don't have to change your music or anything else. You're not writing songs about.
I think I like that better.
Yeah.
You're saying, would we be willing to sell out for a single serve fucking cupcake?
But you don't have to write songs about cupcakes or anything.
But if we go to that point, I might as well.
Well, can you?
You start writing about fucking Twinkies and shit.
You could probably talk to him and say hey man, what if can we get a little more?
Right. Okay, you're going to offer me $1 million, but what if we talk about 2 million and I write you some jingles?
Is that something that you would be open to hearing at all?
Hostess Angst. I mean, what's in a band name anyway? We talking cold hard cash here.
That's smart.
Blink-182. What kind of a fucking name is that? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Stupid.
I don't know.
Could have been
You too.
Could have been Blink Sony, and then they'd be.
Then they'd be what?
Then they'd be rich.
Then they'd be super duper rich, and that'd be cool for them.
Do you think Modern Angst is a good name?
Do I think it's a good name? It's a name. I mean, sure. Why not?
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
I love to hear that.
Then you said the part
That it's a name?
Yes. I don't think there are good band names. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Band names are good. It only is good in retroactively.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nirvana's a terrible band name.
Yeah, I would have vetoed that maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Little dweeb ass Kurt. It's like, what about Nirvana?
I mean, and Foo Fighters. Come on.
That's still
awful.
bad.
Again.
That's not even good retroactive.
I don't like that at all.
That's worse than Nirvana.
Oh,
for
wait,
sure.
yeah.
The Beatles, but with an A, like in our music, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
how would it bother you? And this is you're not. Can I touch base again? Is this going?
No, it's fine.
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 Okay, so we've
to now it's just fine. No, 'cause
We've
now
dipped.
talking about.
I understand, and we'll see how this one goes. How would you feel if you found out your music was being used as dogfighting entrance music?
These questions are really good, by the way. I must say.
This is the first time I've come up with my own question.
Yeah.
So you're sitting, you're watching the news, or YouTube's just going through things, and there's this. Oh my gosh, they found this dogfighting circuit or ring. I don't know as much about dogfighting maybe as you do, but and the news has a little bit of like, they're not showing dogs fighting, but it's some inside the place footage, like a cell phone, and they're walking the dogs in, and it's one of your tunes playing. And how would you feel about that?
Well, that's a PR nightmare, but also bad publicity is good publicity, I think.
And the
they
dogs
say.
love it. So
It's maybe the last like cool thing they get to hear.
yeah.
Would it be different if it was a winning or losing dog that they used your song for?
No,
Like if the dog got his
no.
ass just handed to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it for you, Dylan?
Well, because here's the thing, right? It's
Oh
my
no.
God, Dylan, no.
it feels like it would be cooler to if a cool dog picked your song. But if it's a dog that loses, then your song only has to get played once, and then no one even associates you with that anymore.
Oh, right. So it's maybe better.
Because then it's in and out.
Right.
So I don't know. There's thought to that.
I guess you're right, man. I mean, nothing is neutral. Everything has, and even terrible things that you don't want to think about. There's a positive and negative to all of it. And you're right.
And the positive is that somebody out there is playing a modern Angst song.
Yeah, what
Right.
if the record executive is at the dog fight?
Oh, sure.
Bada bing,
Shit.
bada boom. Then we're hostess Angst.
And yeah. And I
The
said, man,
hostess
Thank you.
A&R guy is at the dog fight.
right. And yeah, if you can get that contract signed before he's in prison for the rest of his life,
All right.
you ain't going to prison the rest of your life for dogfighting. You get back playing football in no time.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think you do your time and then everybody's cool with it.
Everybody's cool with it.
Now, I tried really hard to stay focused on music questions, and that is, I think I did lose that at this point. So I hope that's okay.
No, it's
how
fine.
many pumps do you think it would take before you wouldn't be considered a chump?
How many? How many?
Well, you've heard the term perhaps a 2-pump chump. Someone who ejaculates after merely entering the vagina 2 times. And I'm just been kind of wondering, how many pumps do you think it would be before someone was like, this guy's a this many pump regular guy?
Right.
Is no longer a chomp.
Right. Because just the other day, I called Dylan I think a 76 pump chump.
Right. And I said I was really excited to get to Trip Didge one day.
Yeah.
One day. How long is it going to take?
'Cause I don't-
Who knows? I'm working at it, but
Yeah. How quick are the pumps? Right.
oh,
Oh.
And how long is 76 pumps or 2 pumps? It could be 2 really, really long pumps, and that might be okay.
I
tell you what, man. It ain't taking me a lot of distance to finish that pump, so.
I'm not starting from across the room.
Yeah. Because I think, I just have no
How
idea.
many
How many
pumps
pumps per minute? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah. What's the
BPM.
PPM? Yeah.
All of them, I think, most of the time.
I'd say like a solid 30 to 45 pumps a minute, right?
Well, I don't know. One
really thinking-
Mississippi, two Mississippi. That if that's one,
I
that
feel like you're counting Mississippi a little slow.
I don't know. Maybe I am.
Perhaps in the beginning, in the very, you're really enjoying it. Really,
Don't they have like watches that can keep track of that?
Probably.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like heart rate versus something.
You think that's
Divided
something you could
by-
put on your wrist that would keep?
Is there anywhere else
Another
you
great
think you might
business idea.
be able to put it? Well, I'm sorry, and I do hate to push the issue, but I do need a number.
2 minutes. No. 2 pumps. 2 pumps and 30. I'd say 60. Well, if that's 30 pounds. Man, I'm gonna have to do some math here.
That's fine.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. And,
I mean,
and I
this
think
is that's science.
There's a lot of podcasts that would say, please don't get out a calculator. Please don't bring the show to a pause. But to me, this is important. This is something I've wanted to know for a long time. We've talked
600 pumps.
Damn.
Wow.
600 pumps.
600 pumps.
And that
Human
is
being.
and you're talking that is entering. Now you're not a chump. So to be like a star, well, we're probably talking
We're
1,200.
I'm talking 30 pumps a minute.
How long we fucking?
I mean, just a solid 20 minutes. 600
Wait.
pumps.
You think 19 minutes is still a chump? That's pretty nuts. I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm selling
Dylan?
myself.
I mean,
Perhaps I'm a chump.
I will say this too. We're talking specifically pumps. Like this is an encounter.
Right,
this is an encounter where nothing else is considered. Maybe that's correct.
Yeah, maybe 599 pump chump is the highest you can be.
Do you think it bothers Lee Harvey Oswald that nobody ever asks if there was a second shooter for him? You know, Jack Ruby.
Like they're just fine with Jack Ruby. And
Yeah, they all go, "Oh, Jack Ruby did that." But for Lee Harv, it's like there's no way. There's no way this guy did it. There had to be a second shooter. And do you think that bothers him?
Yeah. Insults his marksmanship.
Yeah, I don't think anything's bothering him right now. To be fair.
I see. So you do not believe in an afterlife. Interesting. And that got very
You can
deep.
probably
very
skip
fast.
the next question.
I
Probably
have a
skip the next
tendency to
question.
go deep dive, so
I think he might be in assassin heaven. You know?
Ooh, who else do you think's there?
Oh, I believe everybody goes to a heaven specifically for their type of person. That's just my personal beliefs.
So wait, how do you?
Markevich.
How do you?
So what do they
what are
do
the
in that-
categories?
Yeah, like what heaven would I
What
go
kind of
to?
person are you? And
Oh, me?
Do you go to screen
Oh.
printing heaven or?
No. No, I don't think so. I think there's a bigger defining characteristic of my old self. I can't say it here, but let's just say I've been using modern angst for the entrance music.
Oh no!
It's oh god, no, not dog fighting.
Oh what?
Oh my god, no.
Pro wrestling?
I come on my feet in a viewing booth. I walk out to a viewing booth, modern angst song playing, I come on my feet. Feet Cummers Heaven is probably where I'll end up, I think.
I'm sure there's a lot of those.
Hey,
How
A lot
many
of people
heavens
there.
do you think?
It's an infinite amount, man.
That's nuts. Like
ever
just
seen
whatever.
MCU?
Well, are there hells though, or is it all
No.
just heavens?
No hells. What's going on in these heavens?
No hells,
right?
all heavens.
What's going on?
In these heavens, like what's going on in
Lee
assassin
Harvey's
heaven?
popping presidents.
Well, I guess if
Every damn
all of them are together, they're probably having a grand old time.
I bet when Jeff.
who do you think is his best friend now in this heaven, in this assassin's heaven. Like, you gotta have a buddy.
Maybe it's Jack. Is
There's
Jack Ruby
no
dead? Jack
way.
Ruby's got to be dead, right? I bet it's Jack. I bet they laugh over it now.
I'll look up. I mean, Jack Ruby's got to be dead, but
Jared, if there were an
oh
infinite...
my God, he died in 1967. No,
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
feels
been
like a
dead.
long time ago. Well, I guess it is a long. It doesn't just feel like that. It is.
it's all relative, man. Jared, if there were an infinite amount of heavens and no hells, and you went to a heaven specifically for you and your type of, your main characteristic, your main defining thing,
Oh
what heaven do you
God.
think you'd go to?
It'd probably have to be some sort of dive bar. But all my family would be there too, right? Or it would just be others that like dive bars.
no.
Unless
No,
your
you don't get to
family's
see your family in heaven. Sorry.
Unless
You don't?
unless like all
No.
your dad was a cobbler and you're a cobbler, and
the
maybe you go to
Osmonds
cobbler.
are hanging
No.
out or whatever.
No, my dad's going to a very different heaven.
maybe you're going to 600 pump champ heaven.
I'm okay with that.
That's got to be a
And-
lot of people there.
It's a lot of
Still-
pumps.
It's a lot of
I guess
Pam-
maybe not.
Pam
There's
champs.
can't be that many people whose their defining characteristic is their
that's the main
600
thing
pump
about
champ.
Jared. I've always said that about Jared. You guys know that.
Oh yeah. When he told me you were going to be on the pod, and I was like, "Who's that?" He goes, "He's the 600 pump champ." I was like, that's right.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that
just
guy.
a thing. It's a thing.
600 pamp champ.
Champ, champ.
You ever you think it's weird that people never say bend over backwards positively? Because it just means I went way
Like
out
I
of
helped
it.
you out.
Yeah.
I did you a favor.
Oh man, I'll bend over backwards for you. Like that sounds sarcastic, right?
I like that.
I'm gonna start using that
Right. That
in
Yeah,
a
you
positive
should.
way. Now you brought this to my attention. Yeah.
Because I think it sounds sarcastic. Like if somebody helps you carry something in, you go, "Hey man, you really bent over backwards to help me." That sounds sarcastic. That sounds like you're being rude. And if you say to someone, "I bent over backwards for you," it's like you're not acknowledging me.
It
enough.
sounds accusatory.
Yeah.
Like, I bend over backwards for you. You bend over backwards for me.
And we're just bent over backwards.
Right. And it could be
Yeah.
a good thing.
It should, yeah. It should be. And not long ago, I said nothing's neutral. Well, here, evidence of that, because that should be neutral, but it's negative. Do you think it's interest? Now we're getting into the later questions. Okay, I might have burned. Do you think it's interesting that people will call their lover their significant other, but they don't call anybody else their regular other? Like, who's your others?
Yeah. That is weird.
Because
Yeah, I find that weird.
Dylan's my other. We're
Yeah.
friends. I don't know. We're not even friends.
Right, we're not friends, but I guess we're each other's other.
You're my other. You're an other.
Is an other just an associate?
It feels
It's
like
not really
it,
a
yeah.
friend. It's
think-
just an other.
And is
Like-
there something between no adjective and significant?
Oh, like no.
And I don't know. This is something we only used with a modifier, and I don't like that.
Like what about just like
Boyfriend.
an important other?
An important other, yes, because you have a boyfriend, you have a friend, you have a best friend.
Do you have a best friend? Do you have to have a best friend?
You don't have to.
Do most people have best friends? Or is it usually
You
just
doing
like a
all right?
handful of people they hang out with? Or is it just that one person you call no matter what, and that's just your important other?
I read a thing just the other day that there's an alarming percentage of people that would say they have no close friends. Broke my heart. Broke my goddamn heart.
What was the percentage?
Ah, higher than you'd want it to be. Pick a number.
That I would say is too high for somebody, like the amount of people who have no close friends.
Yeah. Just pick a number, man.
20% is too high.
It was 20%.
Yeah. Maybe that's what's wrong with the world.
No best friends.
No best friends.
Well, I mean, we should get these 20% of people together in a room and
Oh, they're insufferable.
Yeah.
The last person they'd want to hang out with is themselves. You remember back when everyone was saying metrosexual?
When was this?
10 years ago,
2008.
maybe a little.
2010.
I think so. Yeah.
It just meant like,
It was
you
when
know,
Queer Eye came out, I think. That kind of
Yeah.
happened.
it's just like a man who wasn't gross.
Yeah, I think that was the realization, right? That like, oh, maybe the default should be guy who isn't gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And
you
we
walk into
shouldn't-
some guy's house, it's like, oh, you have shampoo and conditioner. What are you, one of them metrosexuals? I'm going to look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Waiting for Jared to come back. I know he can do it. He's going to blame us. Yeah, I know he is. Hey! There he is. We didn't talk shit on you.
We didn't. Why would we?
Were we metrosexuals? Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
bet your ass, dude.
Yeah. Do you think that's a weird thing that at one point, if a man put on new jeans, people were like, "That's a metrosexual. I got to name that thing."
Yeah, that is kind of fucking weird. I
think
look
so,
at
too.
myself back then, and I mean, yeah, I needed like a clean pair of pants.
Right. Perhaps it was a coping
like, clean everything.
coping mechanism for slobs. It's also weird that it is definitely like a thinly veiled. Well, but that's gay though.
Right.
I'm not gonna take a shower. What am I, gay?
Ew.
But you just say metrosexual.
Did you know
Do
it's
you
a portmanteau of metropolitan and sexual?
Oh, fucking buildings and stuff.
Been there. We've all been there.
Oh, for sure. Got a big juicy ass on a freaking Chrysler building or something, man. I think bromance is weird. It's just as weird. People still say that. Sorry. I was trying to just push through. I wasn't happening. I think it's weird. People still say bromance when you're friends with someone. You know, oh, did you see Jeremy Renner in friggin' Pablo Pascal on that set? They had a real bromance. It's like, oh, they were friendly
friends
to
and
one
hanging
another?
out. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Also
It's
weird.
I want you to be comfortable. I just want to check in one more time, Jared. How are we feeling about this?
Well, I think it started up here, and
Hell yeah.
that's high up here, like it's high.
Yes. He's got his
And then
hand
it
way
came-
up there.
right. And then it
I
waned a little
remember.
bit.
I remember
Waned a
the
little
dip.
bit.
And I
But
thought
all this, you know, I think it was the dogfighting that took it down a little bit.
I understand. Even hypothetically, connecting your music with dogfighting seems bad. So I could see that.
We did break it out though, and I mean, it could be good. and then yeah, the past 5 minutes or so, all this bromance talk, it's got me feeling like I don't know.
Are we
Pretty
like having a bromance right now, or you know what I mean? Yeah, we're like growing out or something. Do you have any thoughts on how we could improve? Just sort of our interview skill. Is there anything you wanted to be asked that didn't happen, or?
Well, I don't really tend to come into podcasts with questions for myself.
Smart.
I kind of just go with whatever flow is there. I think it was I I feel like it's just fine again. I feel like we're dipping back down.
Oh, this is bad. Asking
Bit
what
like
the guest.
Right. Yeah.
I guess it. Yeah, sure. It shows a lack of confidence.
Which is,
Okay.
I mean, we're not confident.
Okay. Let me, real quick, at the end here. If your name was Dave Mustaine, would you change it to Dave Mustang?
100%. That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's stupid, right? Just go by
Ignorant.
that. What are you, crazy? And
I hear
are you
that, yeah, in fact, he is crazy. That might be part of the reasons why.
are you familiar with Barney the dinosaur?
Yes.
Okay. There's the theme song, right? The one that plays at the beginning, not that
I love you at the end.
one, but it's something like Barney is the dinosaur from our imagination, and when he's tall, he's what they call a dinosaur sensation. And what has got me hung up
When he's tall?
when he's tall. He transforms from a stuffed animal into a human-sized T-Rex.
Right. Totally forgot about that part.
But he's still a stuffed animal.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Are you
I don't
sure?
know about that.
Well,
He
and let me
might
ask
be.
you this.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. You walk into this classroom, you're cleaning some stuff up. That stuffed animal changes into full-size Barney.
Tall Barney.
How would you describe what you saw?
Horrific.
Exactly. Yes.
I'd be either in attack mode or, fight or flight.
And when he's horrific, he's what they call a dinosaur sensation. And in no way would my first thought be, oh wow, that stuffed animal got really tall.
I'm going to give him a hug.
Yeah, let me hug that thing. It's so tall now. It's a dinosaur sensation now.
No.
No, thank you.
Well, how
Perfect.
did we end?
Yeah.
Great ending.
Okay, bye.